You can see this is the Longsun 3A4000 CPU, Chinese CPU with the GPU Jingjia microelectronics jm9100. So now I'm going to test it with games and videos. So first game is here. It's the War Zoom 2100.
Power resource.
It's a little bit lagging because of the driver and the software and those kind of optimizations. That's why you cannot feel it more stable and fast and smooth. But it's okay, you can play comparing to the previous jm7201, which you cannot play anything. And I have the previous videos that you can browse for it for your reference. So here JM9 series, JM9100, probably you can play most of the games, like 3D games, 2D games is okay. Here, this is the 2D game, so it's no problem with it. You can see, those kind of 3D games. This is also 3D game. oh, excuse me. That also okay. It's fast and smooth. Normally, just you adjust to lower configuration, and then with this card, with Longsun 3A4000 CPU, probably can run it smoothly. With the old generation game, smaller 3D game also okay. So here you can see for the Chinese chipset lover and enthusiast, fanatic like me, patriotic Chinese patriotic people like me, so who must buy this kind of Chinese 100% made Chinese GPU, CPU and OS. Now loongnix is Chinese OS, so everything is good, under control, and this is a little bit lagging as well. I think I need to adjust to a lower configuration, but I didn't. That's why it's a little bit slower. But most of the game you can play, right? But before JM7201, you couldn't play anything. Just the crap. You can see this now mostly okay. So you can play game, you can watch video, and everything you can do is good. So 2D, it's okay, no problem, no pressure. .2D games, no problem. Because of the USA and Europe and Japan, Korea, those countries playing the political stuff, not so good. Sanctioning China, so we need to support Chinese GPU and CPU. This game is good, also very smooth. You can see because the driver and the software and OpenGL adjustment. Now this is very fast, very smooth. This game is very special. You can see up and down jump. That's okay, right? Very smooth. Before you couldn't do it. Now you can do it with this card. So I think it's good, and we need to support Chinese semiconductor industry so that they can the American monopoly will be ended soon. It's like the automobile, the car industry now. Chinese in the automobile is growing so fast to the world and exporting a lot. Number one export number one. for car industry in the world, for Chinese car now even existed the Japanese one. So I think slight a cell phone the area also, and then the electric appliances also exceeding to the world's level. Now I think the next step is the path will be the same as the chipset, CPU, GPU, and also OS, and some time later, and the planes like the C919, the big plane, and also planes engine, etc. So this game also playing okay. I think it's 20 something FPS frame per second, but comparing the previous game, maybe 36 to 50 FPS, this is a little bit slower because of so many factors like optimization, drivers, software matching, or something that kind of stuff. So another game. Pink Bunny. Couldn't start it, so skip it. And this read the clips. I remember I used jm9100. I played it, and just under 10 FPS. So now this over 20 FPS. You can see jm9100 Jingjia GPU is shown as I pointed just. So now I can play, and I have adjusted to lower configuration lower resolution that you can play smooth. Here I think it's 20 something FPS around, so that you can at least play. But if you have a JM7201, you cannot play just 5 FPS. How can you play for the PPT? Just PowerPoint, next place, something like that. But this, now I'm playing so happily. Things good. Sooner or later I show other games, also very fast and smooth, like the game I have previously shown to you. It was fast. Some of the 3D games, very massive 3D games as well. So here I adjusted to the lower configurations and a lower resolution. So this Cube 2, yeah, showing Jingjia Michael. Okay, JM9100. This separating is very fast. You can see the FPS is around 60. When I'm moving, maybe 40 to 50. When there are many people gathering together, maybe 30 to 40. So this is very good. So in the 3D is very detailed. 3D acceleration is very fast, very smooth. OpenGL support, I think, and optimization, driver, software optimizations are good. That's why now I'm playing this game very smooth. 60 average, 40 over FPS, so that you can play very happily, smooth, killing those monsters and using the gun. So this game, which proves that this GPU, Chinese GPU, the card has the power. 2D, just like eating vegetables, so easy to handle it. The 3D games, if having good optimization software and drivers optimizations, and then you get the lower configuration with the older generation supporting those kind of OpenGL games, that will be very fast. So that you don't need to use, if you don't want to use the USA, NVIDIA or ATI AMD, those Western technology, full Chinese one, alongside 384,000 with JM9100, 9100, this card will be okay. And you can also choose more thread, that MPT S60 or S50, which are also okay, very fast, even faster than this one. And you can see playing this before, just under 10 FPS, now over 60, very smooth for the car racing game, right? You can feel it, you can see it, and you can choose a lot of different things like jm93 or 92 will be higher end comparing to this jm91 series. So this is just 500 RMB, and if you have 2000 over, you can choose more fat MTT S60 and jm93 and will be higher end and very fast and faster. And also this card has the power and ability efficiencies, that's why even the optimization of the software and the driver are not so great, but you can also play it because it has power. Actually, it has the actual power. That's why you don't need to worry. Use more power to compensate the poor driver optimization and software optimization, but you cannot change it because NVIDIA and the American monotonize the market and the patent and the IP intellectual property. That's why you cannot use their drivers or GPU optimizations and those kind of things. You just use open source, and the companies don't match and don't follow your standard. They just follow the NVIDIA ATI standards and drivers. That's why even no matter your hardware is Chinese, made very fast, no matter how fast the hardware, GPU, CPU it is, but the instruction set and the architectures are different, the optimization will be not so good as the Americans one. So Chinese is very hard working hard, struggling to reach to this level. If the software is not good, the driver is not good, then you have to use the power, efficiency, and warning power to make it fast. So now I have tested the game. Now I'm going to test the video on Bilibili. I think it's a little bit lacking. 108 OP you cannot do it. 720p sometimes. 108 OP will stop sometimes, but some comments told me that you need to off some kind of format, that will be okay, and off the hardware acceleration on the long-term browser, that will be better. Now I'm trying the Firefox, and some comments said that I need to choose the HVEC or AVX the format, so will be better. Don't use the default format on Bilibili, and then it won't stop. So here now you can see the sound is playing, but the screen is stopped, cannot move. That's the problem. And this card is like that. Maybe trying some kind of other those kind of now okay, if adjusting to 48 OP or 72 OP, I think I will keep using 480p for playing the video, because the videos now is occupying more GPU or CPU comparing to the older generation game, and optimization is problem. That's why when you play video, which is even slower than playing the 3D game, because the 3D game's optimization better, and that's why. Okay, now trying the long scene, and that guy told me I need to choose HEVC or AVC format, and then the playing strategies like HEVC and AVC, not using AV1 or the default one, so that will be better for Bilibili playing. And on the long-term browser, you need to close the hardware acceleration, that will be good, and won't having the pink screen when it is lagging and it is overused. So now I'm playing is very lagging, and sometimes when it reaches to the max level, and then it stopped and it hangs, and it halts. You couldn't play, and you need to restart and restart. And pink screen sooner or later I will show you on the long-term browser. And for Firefox, you won't have the pink screen, but it just stops. Just stops. So now I think it's okay if you just choose 480p, won't matter, and play most of the games and videos as well, and color is good. And if you choose, here's like this, on some browser, if the level couldn't handle it, the browser couldn't handle it, and there are some optimizations, drivers problem, you will have the pink problem occurred. But we put that okay, and now after having closed the heart rate acceleration, that will be okay, no more pink. That is the solution told by the comments, by my fans him. So to conclude, if you just want to use the Chinese product, you are the enthusiast, the fanatic of Chinese products, Chinese GPU chipsets, and loving Chinese countries and want multipolar, don't use the American stuff, then go for it. It's very good for daily use. I think it's okay. Just some kind of screen level resolution or optimization, and set those things to lower, and you need to sacrifice some kind of happiness, sacrifice some configuration, lower resolution, lower performance, but you need to accept it because you need to support the Chinese one. I think I keep using this Chinese one. Sooner or later will develop and it will be better and it will be okay for the hardware power.